In this, we are going to discuss about Google App Engine introduction, Google App Engine capabilities, Google App Engine account setup, building web pages, Google App Engine data store, web services with App Engine, and App Engine services. Now let's start with the Google App Engine introduction. In this, we are going to discuss about what is Google App Engine and why we need Google App Engine and the billing and resource quota. What is Google App Engine? Google App Engine is an online platform to host your web applications. It is what is popularly called a cloud computing platform. It enables you to build web applications on the scalable systems that power Google applications. For example, Gmail, Google Calendar, and Google Docs. Why Google App Engine required? Because it's easy to build your web applications on the Google App Engine. Easy to maintain your applications, easy to scale your traffic and data storage based on your budgets, highly reliability, optimal performance and security of Google's infrastructure, billing and resource quota. It's free to start with 500 MB disk space and 5 million page views per month. We can test all services using the free account. Let's compare with free and paid services. The data storage 1 GB for free account and there is no maximum limit for paid accounts, but you can get 1 GB of free. You can store your logs up to 100 MB for free accounts and there is no maximum limit for paid account. The mail services, you can use 100 mails per day by using the free account. If you can go for the paid account, you can send 1700K per day. The outgoing and incoming bandwidth for paid services very low. For outgoing bandwidth, it's $0.12 per gigabyte, whereas incoming bandwidth it's $0.10 per gigabyte. For the data storage of paid accounts, it's only $0.15 per gigabyte per month. Now the App Engine capabilities. In this, we are going to discuss App Server, database, and authentication via Google. App Server. It supports Python, Java, and Go environments. It also supports Struts True, Spring MVC, and Python web frameworks. There is a limited access to the operating system, so your applications are more secure. File access restrictions are more, so other applications cannot easily access your files even they are on the cloud computing. Data store used for the persistence. Scheduled tasks, mail services, and task queues also supported by the App Server. Database. App Engine provides a range of applications for storing data. In that, App Engine Data Store, it's a NoSQL schemaless object data store using entity object. Google Cloud SQL, a relational SQL database like MySQL database. Google Cloud Storage, it's a services for large objects and files using RESTful services. Authentication via Google. Use your Gmail ID and password to access the App Engine account. Go to the appengine.google.com, provide your Gmail and ID password. Now you can create your applications in the Google App Engine domain. We can authenticate with a specific domain account which are managed by the Google. Now let's see how we can authenticate the Google App Engine. Go to appengine.google.com and provide your email ID. Once you are logged in, it will ask for authentication by using your mobile number by sending an SMS. Once it's authenticated, you are right now ready for creating your applications. This is just providing the authentication for the App Engine. We will see how to create the applications. In the Google account setup, we will see how to set up an account, infrastructure and utilities, SDK and integration, online management of your applications. In the setup, creation of new application, provide an application identifier, application title, and selecting the authentication options. Let's go to the previous page and try to create a new application by clicking the create application. Here, this is the application ID. It's a unique ID. So we need to check the availability. Once by providing the application ID, it provides the default domain name called appspot.com. If you don't want this appspot.com, we can change to our custom domain. Let's give some one. Let's check for the availability. It's now available. So give your application title, and you can choose the different ranges of authentication options. Right now I'm choosing open to all Google account users, and by clicking on the create application, your Google App Engine application is ready. So you can view what is there in your application. So in this we have multiples, we will see in coming session. Infrastructure and utilities, management of your applications, data management, administration, and billing section. If you go to the previous section, we can see here management of your application, which contains dashboard, instances, logs, versions, and cron jobs, task queues, other information. In the database section, you can see what are the data store indexes, data store views, data store statics, and the blob view and other options. In the administration page, you can see application settings and permissions and blacklist and logs. In the billing section, you can configure how much bandwidth you require and what is your day-to-day budget. All this information you can set in the billing section. The SDK and integrations. GAE provides SDK for Python, Java, and Go environments. You can download these SDKs from developers.google.com and you can configure in your local machines. It provides the Eclipse plugins for development and integration to test your applications locally and for the fast development. Download all the plugins from the developers.google.com. Online management of your applications. You can manage multiple applications with single account. You can add your custom domains. You can disable or enable your applications. You can delete your applications, or you can duplicate your applications. Let's go back to the previous screen, see how we can do all these options. Let's go to application settings. Here you can see here all the different options available. Adding the new domain, disable or enabling the data store rights, disable or deleting the applications, or to do the duplication of your applications. Now building the web pages. For this, we'll create a new web application project using the Eclipse. In that, we'll create a login.jsp with username and password. Deploy and test this application in local our machine. We will add the application ID which is we created previously to our application and deploy that application to the Google App Engine. Now let's go to the Eclipse environment. By clicking on the file, new, others, and select Google Web Application Project. The Web Application Project infrastructure will come automatically if we install all required plugins. Select Next, provide your project name and default package name. And I'm not using Google Web Toolkit right now, and I'm using Google App Engine 1.7.1. By clicking the Finish button, now you can create the Google Web Application Project. In this, we have source folder where we can maintain all your source Java files, and var file which contains all your web application related information like your JSPs, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and also the main important appengine.web.xml. This will be used for this to store your application ID, version information, and some system property configurations. Along with that, we can mention our other information like email configuration, chart configurations over here. The web.xml, it's a equivalent to other web applications web.xml, which provides the information for all our servlets and JSPs and HTML files. Right now we are going to create a sample JSP that is called login.jsp under the var. Right click, new, others. By searching for the JSP, we'll select the JSP page, and by providing the login.jsp, we are ready to create the JSP page. Now we will modify this JSP page here by putting the insert title over here, no budge, and we are going to create one username and password by using the table. Username of input type text field, with the name as username, and in the other tr I'm going to create one more td for the password. Of type password, and name as a password, ending my input tag. Now I'll put these two fields in the middle of our form. And I'm going to just write one more h1 tag to say welcome to us. So we created our JSP. Let's try to test this application locally, and then we will deploy this in the App Engine environment. For that, as I told, once you install all Google App Engine provided required plugins, you can see this button here, which contains the deploy and other information. Right now we are going to test this locally. For this, right click, select run as web application. Once your application is ready, the App Engine default runs on the all 8888 port. Take this URL, go to your browser and paste it over here and check this. See here, your application is running properly. Now we don't want the default index.xml. Instead of that, I use the login.jsp and check here. See, whatever we created, hello, welcome to InnoBudge, and our username password came properly. Now we will deploy the same application in the Google App Engine environment. For that, we already created one application, that is InnoBudge GAE1. We will take this application ID, which we need to configure in the application web.xml to uniquely identification, and provide this over here and save this application.xml. There is a small correction over here. Just clicking this. Once you provide your application, which will be uniquely identified, because we created this application ID by providing the unique ID. Right now it's saying that no URL found. So we will upload our application, then we can see our login.jsp and index.html over there. For that, you need to sign in here in the Eclipse by providing your Google App Engine account username and password. By clicking on sign in, and you need to allow these Google plugins for Eclipse. Once you have allowed, now you are ready to upload your application. We already provided the application ID, and by right click, select Google and click on the deploy to App Engine. So you can configure your application project settings over here, like providing the application ID, version, and by enabling or disabling the Google Cloud SQL. By clicking on the deploy button, all the required information from this project, it will be deployed to the Google App Engine server. So our deployment completed successfully. Let's go to the web page and see whether our files are uploaded properly or not in the dashboard. By clicking on the dashboard button, you can see if the files are ready, then we will get the billing status and all other information over here, which means our files are uploaded properly. And go to our application id.appspot.com, that is this URL, and test whether application is uploaded or not. See, by default the index.html page is coming. We will test that with login.jsp. See, it's saying that welcome to InnoBudge with username and password, which means we can create all the web applications by using Java or Python or some other frameworks also. And by using Java, we can develop struts or Spring applications, and we can deploy those applications in the Google App Engine server.